Hey guys, how's it going, Companion? So, League of Explorers Wing number 2, Uldaman, hit servers last night, and it was a blast to check out the adventure. And today I kind of want to review most of the encounters, and later on in the videos to come, later this week, we'll talk about some of the cards and maybe some of the fun possibilities. So, Uldaman, I'm sure some of the Hearthstone players are like, what is that? Doesn't really make too much sense, but it's cool, whatever. Uldaman in World of Warcraft was one of the coolest dungeons. It was like a mid-level dungeon that was like really unnecessarily hard, but really awarded some very cool items. So people who were kind of just tryhards and wanted a challenge and wanted to see like a hipster part of the game, they hit up Uldaman, and I was one of those people, and it was so much fun. The boss in the end was Archaedas, and he's one of the bosses in the wing this week, and he was like insane, and he was like 10 levels higher than the start of the dungeon, which made him like, ridiculous for like a mid-tier dungeon. Just brutally unnecessarily hard, and I loved it. So I was surprised to see that Uldaman was part of the adventure this week, and it was quite a blast. The first boss was Chieftain Scarvash. He was also part of Uldaman in World of Warcraft. This guy was a bit difficult. His passive ability basically changes what you can play on Heroic and what you should play on Normal. On Normal, basically on turn 1, you can play spells without a penalty. On turn 2, you can play creatures without a penalty, and the penalty is 2 extra mana. On Heroic, the penalty is, it costs 11 mana, so basically you can't play it. Sorry, bros. So on turn 1, you can only play spells on Heroic, which is a little bit of a problem because he starts the game with 2 Trogs. The Little Trog and the Burly Rockjaw Trog, which gains a lot of attack when you play a spell. So there's not many spells you actually want to play with 1 mana. It's actually almost none. But anyway, on turn 2 you can play creatures. On turn 3 you have to play spells again. So this back and forth is actually made somewhat difficult by the fact that you're taking repetitive damage while you're having these restrictions in place, and it makes it pretty difficult to actually establish on the board. There's actually very few cards that do that. Just before we get to those, a few more tools that he has in his little toolbox. He's got Ancient Shades, which seem pretty bad, but when you're struggling to take control on the board, really it can be a bit of an issue. He also has Confuse, and Confuse seems like, why are we talking about this? Well, one of the main ways that you come back in a big way against some of these encounters is Doomsayer, and Confuse does counter Doomsayer pretty damn well because it kills Doomsayer. So that part kind of sucks, but you should still be playing Doomsayer. This is the deck that I played and beat him somewhat easily. Outside of the Doomsayer, it's also important to have a Big Game Hunter. I just had one because this is on the free-to-play account, but one's fine. It's not really a big deal. Generally, if you get really, really lucky, almost any adventure boss, you're just going to beat them with a pretty mediocre deck. So there's really not much of a reason to craft. You just might have to take a lot more attempts until the RNG really favors you. So Big Game is pretty good. It kills the Ancient Shades. It kills the Trogs once they get a little bit too big. It's Paladin and some of the other weapon classes are really powerful because weapons are neither creatures or spells, so you can just play them whenever you want. It's just kind of problematic because when you're losing, weapons really suck because often you just accelerate the loss by taking a lot of damage because in some cases you have to hit the same creature twice. In a lot of cases you have to hit the same creature twice. That really, really, really sucks. But it's still, one of the only ways that you can make it work. A lot of people tried Warrior with this, had some success. A lot of people tried Shaman with this, had some success. But also, I think everybody was playing Molten Giants. Molten Giants is kind of like the go-to card for adventure modes because generally the situation is on Heroic, you're losing. You're still losing. You're about to die. And Molten Giant kind of brings you back in the game in a big way, and often because very few encounters, very few adventure mode bosses actually have big removal. So Molten Giant just does the trick. So if you're struggling in the general case against adventure bosses, Molten Giant is probably the card you're missing. So that was pretty fun. The difficulty was what I expected for this boss. It was actually somewhat hard. You had to make a pretty good deck and get lucky to beat it. So pretty happy overall. Very cool mechanics. And speaking of cool mechanics, the second boss was the minecart. Minecart was similar to the first week where you were battling, like escaping from some kind of dungeon or some shit like that. Minecart is the same situation where you have to survive for 10 turns against an onslaught of minions, and the minions are pretty consistent, but your ways of dealing with it are very interesting. This is the first adventure that you actually don't get to play your own deck. You have a certain number of cards and you're given them at random. So basically it's just pure randomness. But, there's a certain way to play the game to understand your position and better your chances of winning. So we can talk about that. So you gotta survive 10 turns. Normal, it's a bit easier than heroic. On normal, there's like a 0-3 taunt that can spawn among the pool of minions. But on heroic, I've never seen this spawn, so I don't believe it can spawn. You start the game with your opponent having 2 creatures on board, but on heroic you have 3. So you have 3 of either a 2/6, a 4/6, or a 6/6. And they attack you constantly. You start with 30 life, and you get all these little cards. And, well, it's kind of difficult to actually do stuff because you have exactly 2 mana crystals throughout the entire game. You'll never get more. So it's really, you have 2 actions you can play during any given turn. And it's really important to not use cards like the heal until you absolutely have to, because a heal generates no tempo. So I think it's really like a masterpiece of an adventure, because people who aren't that experienced with the game get like a crash course in tempo. And it's one of the most interesting parts of like strategy in Hearthstone. So it's really cool to have that. Some of the cards you have like the board clear 3 damage to everything. Of course, everything has 6 life, so you have to manipulate the health. You do so with mostly your creatures. You have a 3/6 that can attack. You have a 3/6 taunt that can't attack. The taunt is often very powerful because you can manipulate trades the way you want. You have a 10 damage for 1 mana card, but you basically have to save that for versus a 10/10. Or if you just have nothing else to play, you should kill a 4/6, but you should never kill the smallest creature with that card. You have a card that gives you 3 other cards, but really this isn't very good, unless you can only win by gaining like a board clear in a later turn, or unless you just have to play it, again, card draw. You have to time it very appropriately. You're generally going to need card draw to win the game, but you don't absolutely need it, because largely the RNG in the game comes from the 2 minions that spawn every turn. If the AI gets like 2 6/6s every turn, you're just not going to win that game, okay? So you have to understand that even if you play perfectly, there's a really good chance you're just not going to beat this encounter. You will lose versus the wall, versus the cart, versus whatever, the trogs, right? So it might be a depressing feeling, but that's just how these adventures work, and I'm kind of happy that this one works this way as well. There's also one that reduces the amount of turns you need to survive by 1, and this is basically your lethal card. If you have like 2 turns left and you have 2 of these cards, then you play both of them to win the game on the spot. But again, because these develop no tempo at all, even less so than the heal, you really should never ever play these unless you literally have nothing else you can do. And if you're ever in that spot, trust me, you've lost anyway. But overall, very, very interesting encounter and very, very good for new players. The third boss is Archaedas. This is the last boss in Uldaman in World of Warcraft, so I was really happy they stayed true. And his hero power, which costs 1 mana, it is on autocast, which is very, very important to know. Autocast means he has to play his hero power if he has 1 mana, and obviously he has 1 mana because he does it as his first action every turn. Some of the other cards that he has, these guys are generally like 0/3s or whatever, but on her, they're 0/5s, okay? There's 0/5 dudes. You get one, and the one that you get is going to be a crappy one, is like a 0/2, but your opponent, Archaedas, is getting 0/5 on heroic. On normal, none of this shit matters. On normal, just play like buffs and stuff, and you'll just completely destroy him. But on heroic, he's kind of a bit of the real deal. He's running Sacred Trial, which maybe you'd want to play Kazan Mystic. It's kind of borderline because Sacred Trial still kind of sucks. It kind of sucks because he has a lot of like crappy low health minions. It's just that because he's filling your board with 0/2s, it's kind of difficult to actually come back on the board if the creature that you want to play that turn is going to die. So as like a defensive measure, you might want to play Kazan Mystic. He's also got a card called Shattering Spree, which is really kind of like the big bullshit card in the match, where, yeah, you're like at 30, full health, and then, you know, there's like a bunch of things on the board, and then bang, 30 damage. If the board is maxed out, that's 14 minions, 14 times 3. You do 52 damage, right? 42 damage. So more than you can really prepare for, more than you can really do anything about. So that really sucks. It's basically you have to kill these, or you can play warrior. So you generally have to kill them. There's also another part that kind of prevents you from killing them, and that's the taunt wall card. It gives everything taunt and buffs it. On normal, it doesn't really buff it by anything, but on heroic, it buffs it by a crap load. +3/+3 is a crap load in Hearthstone, especially for 2 mana, right? So it's actually a very hard encounter. I used the Druid deck. The Druid's pretty cool because you have Soul of the Forest. Soul of the Forest makes it so you don't necessarily die. Poison Seeds is kind of like a board clear after it uses the big taunt thing. You have to use all these different cards like Direwolf Alpha that just perpetually buff your board, so you can just globally use these useless minions that otherwise do nothing. Of course, you need a Molten Giant, and in the end, it's still really hard to win. You're really mostly going to win off of like a Savage Roar control play or a Savage Roar burst play. But overall, quite a lot of fun. Another very strategic card is, of course, the Saboteur. So this is what I was talking about, the hero power that he has to play. Often most adventures have hero powers like this, and it makes it so if you play Saboteur, which was introduced recently in TGT, it forces him to play hero power still. So because hero power costs 1, you play Saboteur into his 6th or 7th mana crystal, and he basically wastes his entire turn doing nothing. So you never play Saboteur like on curve or any stupid shit like that. It's not worth it to cancel out his hero power because his hero power by itself doesn't actually do anything. But to cancel out a full turn off a battle cry is like ridiculously powerful, and often it might come to that against this boss on heroic. So good luck, guys. This week is definitely really cool. I love the Uldaman experience, and I love the difficulty. For me, you know, I'd appreciate if the difficulty was higher, but generally with higher difficulty, you just have higher level of randomness. So I don't know if I like that to too much of an extreme, but I do appreciate it much more so over last week because you actually had to, you know, play very strategically and make somewhat appropriate decks, at least for the heroic modes. So great stuff. I certainly had some great moments, some great epic games against the adventure, and some pretty failed ones. So if you guys are into it, check it out. Games are coming up in just a moment here. And yeah, check out the adventure. It's been going great, better than last week, and hopefully things continue this way. Check out the clips, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Magni versus Scarvash.
Uldaman for drugs only.
For Cosmodon.
Oh, he starts with Trogs in play? Alright, let's keep a Brawl then. Maybe a BGH. Oh yeah, there we go. Double the Brawl. He's got armor. Spells cost 11, I guess. Yeah. Okay, well he really hates them. That sucks a lot. That cost 11, huh?
Trogzor. Trogzor.
I'm made to fit.
Rule.
Dead. Okay. Let's keep a clock hammer. This deck's gonna suck.
Damn it.
Reporting for duty. For justice.
A long night awaits me. Oh, that's awesome. I'm really happy to play this shit all night. Oh crap. I forgot about that. I have no minions to play.
For justice.
Oh, looks like we won the game.
For justice.
Ow.
Wait. Is this the fishing
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh.
To battle.
Alright, let's win quickly, because I'm kind of scared of double lightning bolt.
Justice.
Fuck! That sucks! What the hell? Turn 4 plays. Not all that good. Uh-oh.
Reporting for duty.
Wow, okay, he's gonna give up that guy.
To battle. Reporting for duty.
It's actually not too bad, perhaps. Gonna shade. It's gonna shade. Okay, have to deal with the shade. Or could do this. Now hear me out, okay? This is the most tempo I could play.
To battle. Reporting for duty.
Nice.
Fire Lord! The Fire Lord calls.
Follow the rule. Follow the rule. For justice. To battle.
Wait.
Oh, that's good. One shot. Easy peasy. Uh-oh. Okay. He has lightning bolts, so that was potential lethal. Alright, let's just gain some life.
To battle. Reporting for duty. To battle.
The Fire Lord calls.
Ancient curse.
Last warning.
steal our seas.
Oh no, 3-3.
None may steal our seas.
The battle! The battle!
He's got 2 of those things in his deck, so
Warning!
if he draws them, they just win.
The makers.
The battle! Last warning!
Not in my house.
Easy peasy. Okay,
Watch out! We're being chased!
10 turns to escape. Oh, what the fuck are these?
Oh, be careful with that stuff! You took out a chunk of the track! Fly, Ginny!
Wait.
Clunk. Draw 3 cards. Oh, that sucks.
Is there the crowds? Come on, get me!
Is there like a full clear spell or something? Restore 10 health. So he can't do any surprise damage. I think we might as well just heal up.
A little gizzard gun and it's good as new!
Well, whatever attacks that, I can kill it off next turn. It's 3 damage to everything? No, a random enemy minion. It's not everything.
Wait.
Deals 3 damage to all enemy minions.
Dancing more! That'll teach him!
Okay, that puts me at 10. 3 damage. Yeah.
Ha-ha! Riding carts and throwing bombs! This is a blast!
Okay, next turn he has 16, so we have to heal. We probably need the 3 damage to all thing, so let's draw 3 cards. Restore 10 health, draw 3 cards, draw 3. What the fuck? I think we lost now. We have to double heal, right? Do we have 2 repairs? No, we don't. We just lose. I guess we lost. Oh, there it is, the card I wanted. Okay. I lost to a cave. I think I played okay, though. This is pretty hard. What the fuck? Alright, let's try again. If you hero power, you lose. I want to take out a 6 attack minion with that. But that attacks in advance, so I guess I should. I healed early when I could have drawn. Okay. Oh, this is easy now. We're not getting any 6/6 guys. Trog RNG. Uh-oh, 6-6. It could double boom.
Full speed ahead!
Wait.
So easy now! What? Are you kidding?
The wild.
Okay.
Handle it!
What? You kidding me? What the fuck was that? Oh my god, dude!
Alpurian versus Archaedas!
Who dares the wrath of the Makers?
I must protect the wild.
Okay, I guess I'll keep silence, or no, I'll keep poison seeds. I like poison seeds. Play more 1-drops. Yeah, 1-drops would help a lot, I think. I could play the little 1/1 things. Please don't coin and give your shit taunt like crazy again. Oh, come on, dude. Are you kidding me? You have to be joking me. Okay, okay. False alarm.
Fight, maggot!
Oh, crap. That's bad.
For the wild.
I must safeguard the land.
Let's just hope he doesn't have the taunt shit, because I need to be able to clear this first. Okay. It's fine. No big deal.
Nature's wrath.
the wilds.
Shields up!
Oh, that sucks. Oh, what? Okay, that's good. Next turn I can stay alive for sure if I don't die here. Okay, never mind, it won't even work. Okay, okay, that's good, that's good. Double Cult Master. And Savage Roar.
Feel nature's wrath.
I should sacrifice all of them.
I got this.
Okay, just don't kill me here. I died to that stupid thing on 2 of them, that's it. Okay. Okay, how much damage do we have? How much damage do we have? We have 24 plus 5 plus 1. We have 30. He has more than 30. Okay, how do we deal with this? Let's start by drawing 2 cards.
Shall we put a kink in their plans?
Maybe give that taunt and suicide it in there. I don't think taunt will save us from anything, but we do need to kill that off. Well, if we can leave that up on the board. Oh no, we can't. Oh yeah, we can, because he has the hero power. Wait, if he has the hero power, we're fine. There's no way he can get through 2.
My shield for Archaedas!
Because we saboteured. So this costs 6 mana. There's nothing 2 mana that he can do to kill me, right? Right. That lets us go face and push for a 2-turn lethal. Oh baby! Give me that Soul of the Forest. Whew!
I have big plans.
Oh. Alright.
Back to work. I've got the beast in my sight.
Well, all the cards in my deck that are still left are really good. Oh, such a waste.
You call that a weapon?
Eno Jackson.
No problem. Hammer time.
None may steal our secrets.
No cards. Sure.
It's hammer time.
The makers.
gonna kill that just so Reno doesn't die.
You're gonna be rich.
Yeah, I think we got him.
None may steal our secrets.
Wanted, dead or alive.
No, that shit would die, huh? Fucking anything I play will die unless I brawl. Should I just brawl? Nah, let's brawl next turn.
Hammer time.
Welcome to the Grand Tournament, champion.
I cannot do that.
I don't know how many of those like super AoE buff cards he has. He just drew 3 cards. Wow. He really needs some help on this AI.
It's hammer time. I'm almost out of cards.
I can take the hit.
I'm out of cards.
I really wonder what his last card is. Gain 6 armor, take 6 damage. And then take 3 extra damage at the start of every turn for the rest of the game. It's pretty